agent in Connecticut to make plans to meet the so-called investor in the mayor's office where he accepted $20,000 in cash. On March 9, 2014, Mr. Cannon, who was then on official city business in Washington, D.C., accepted a call from an undercover agent in Charlotte to make arrangements for their next meeting in which future payments would be discussed. Now, I'm certain that Mr. Cannon's guilty plea today answers some questions, and I'm also certain that it raises many more. Now, while I cannot discuss this ongoing investigation, what I can tell you is that we will continue to follow all leads, and we will follow those leads wherever they take us. As federal prosecutors in this case and as federal agents in this case, we have a duty to determine the depth and breadth of this fraud. And we need to determine whether this bribery scheme was only Cannon deep and Cannon wide, or if it extended beyond the mayor's office. What I can tell you is this: we are working tirelessly to follow every lead and sift through the evidence, and we are determined to get to the bottom of any additional wrongdoing. Our goal is to bring this unfortunate chapter in Charlotte's history to a quick end, so this city can begin to move beyond this scandal and regain its citizens' trust in our city government and in our elected officials. But as we move forward, let one message be crystal clear. My office and our law enforcement partners will continue to investigate allegations of public corruption in Charlotte and beyond, and we will go after anyone who uses public office as a means of self-dealing. I want to introduce FBI Special Agent in Charge, John Strong, for his comments about the case.
Thank you, Ann. Good afternoon. My name is John Strong. I'm the Special Agent in Charge of the FBI in North Carolina. You just heard the details of former Mayor Patrick Cannon's plea, a guilty plea in today's hearing. This nearly 4-year investigation was complex and required a great deal of diligence and dedication from the FBI special agents and the prosecutors involved. By its very nature, public corruption can be difficult to detect. It is conducted in a shroud of secrecy. Fortunately, the FBI has the capability to use a number of lawful, sophisticated techniques and tools, including undercover operations and electronic surveillance, to capture key evidence. As the criminal complaint and affidavits spell out, both techniques were used during the course of this investigation. Because of the specialized training and experience of our special agents, the FBI was able to gather overwhelming evidence substantiating and ultimately proving the allegations against Mr. Cannon, originally brought to our attention by a valued law enforcement partner. This investigation does not end with today's guilty plea. Agents continue to follow the trail of evidence in this case and are looking into related allegations which could result in more charges and additional pardons. In order to protect the integrity of this ongoing and active investigation, the FBI and the United States Attorney's Office cannot discuss it further at this time. The FBI has an obligation to protect the interests of citizens who do not have access to the same authority and power elected or appointed public officials have. This case serves as an example that there are severe consequences for abusing your official position. If you hold public office at any level, you are held to a higher standard for a reason. People have put faith in you to be honest and put their interests above your own. All levels of public corruption erode the trust and confidence that citizens have in our democracy. The FBI remains uniquely positioned to root out public corruption, and we will continue to expose public officials who choose to undermine the integrity of our government. We cannot do it alone. The FBI relies heavily on our local, state, and federal partners. However, perhaps the most important partner in our ongoing fight against corruption is the public. Many of our investigations begin with a tip from someone who encounters public corruption. The American people have grown intolerant of abuse by public officials. If you have credible information corruption is happening in North Carolina, I would ask you to call our local FBI office at 704-672-6100. In closing, the criminal actions of Patrick Cannon brought undeserved shame and embarrassment upon the city of Charlotte. I would point out that most of our elected and appointed officials are hardworking, honest people who truly have the best interests of the community at heart. Those who do not will be held accountable for their actions. Thank you.
Ms. Tompkins, would you please take a question that it didn't have to do with the investigation?
Thank you very much.
While you have a room full of reporters, and won't take a single question.
Thank you.